Thus, from the insights that we got from 5 whys and jobs to be done framework, we have come up with this product narrative. For our role play exercise, I have given a code name to the feature as collections. So the goal of this feature is to design a unified collaboration experience where Trello users can get updates, mark action items, make conversations, and have discussions contextually around different boards and tasks in order to become more efficient in managing their tasks and getting things done faster. The objectives of our feature is to aggregate the conversations for the users across different cards and boards in a contextual manner, to allow replies to updates and notifications and start a discussion thread from it involving other users, to have the ability to tag people, task cards and boards to make the conversation contextual, to have an option to flag the actionable updates or conversations and mark them as action items, and to have an easy search option to quickly find information from updates, conversations and discussions. Typically, when you hand off this product narrative to your UX design partner, you probably can also add job stories, use case scenarios and user flows. And post design, you can further add functional requirements and non-functional requirements to convert it into a product requirements documents, which can be handed off to engineering for the product development. In our case, what I have done is I have kind of taken this product narrative and detailed it down further as user flows. User flows puts a user first approach and helps product manager to define how the user would like to use the feature. It is a great tool for detailing the feature requirement as it unravels the implicit requirements, constraints and user pain points. In our case, I've started by user launching the Trello app. Post launching the Trello app, the user notices unread notifications or updates in the top header of Trello, like Facebook or LinkedIn, which grabs user attention. Then he typically taps on the collections icon, and then the collection widgets open up to show 3 separate sections: notifications, conversations and action items. User notices that there is an indication of number of unread items in each of the notifications and conversation sections. Then user also notices that there is a search bar to search from the items from each of these sections. So user can type in a search text and this will further filter down the list. Or if user taps or clicks on conversations, then he can see all the unread conversations on the top, below which there are all read conversations, which are sorted by recent first. So each of these conversations have a context information like the board or task card that they belong to, with a conversation summary, date and time. And the actions that are available for each of these conversation cards are mark as read or click on the conversation to view details. If the user clicks on mark as read, the conversation is marked as read and moved to the list of all conversations. If the user clicks on view details, then the conversation thread opens up with the list of messages or chats that is part of the conversation. From there, user can either go back to the conversation list or can type and tag people, tag cards, tag boards and continue the conversation further. Similarly, when user clicks on notifications, user gets to see the unread notifications first, followed by all read notifications, and all these lists are sorted by recent first. So contextual information is available for each of the notification, like which board they belong to, which task card they belong to, and notification details, date and time and all. And the actions that are typically available for each of the notifications are marked as read, flag as action item, or reply and start a conversation. If they flag it as an action item, typically the notification entry moves into the action items section to become an action item. If they mark it as read, it is moved to the list of all notifications, and when they click on start conversation, a new conversation window opens up and the particular notification moves to the conversation panel or the conversation section and a new conversation starts up. From there, user can continue the conversation by typing text, tagging boards, cards and adding members, or they can discard. So once they click on discard, the action gets discarded. If the user taps or clicks on action items, then the action item section opens up. So the action items are typically sorted by the date when they were flagged and added to the list, and that is also recent first. And completed action items are striked through and grayed out. So each of the action items will have some context information like board and task card, and it will have further details that what the action item is all about and date and time information. The actions that will be available for the action items are delete, mark as done, reply or start as conversations. If the user clicks on delete, then the action item is removed from the list. If the user clicks on mark as done, then the action item is marked as done. And if user clicks on start conversation, then again action item gets converted to a conversation entity. It starts appearing in the conversation section, and a panel opens up for the users to start conversation by typing text, tagging boards, cards, and members. And from there again, user can either continue the conversation or discard it. So this is a typical user flow for our feature collections.